What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Kesha, aka Color Me Pynk, along with my co-host Sheridan, and we are back with a brand new tea party. We told y'all we was gonna be on track with this and post videos every week. Sheridan, say what up to the T Squad.
Hey T Squad, what's up, y'all? I'm so happy to be back.
Yes, thank you for all of the views on last week's video. We had really good numbers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Today, we're going to be going over...
Wait a minute, friend, because I thought you was about to pull up on your Kelly Rowland. I told y'all I was gonna bump like.
Oh, God, Jesus. I didn't even think about this. I forgot about that song. Oh,
that
my
was
God.
my song.
Yes, and the BET performance. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But no, we told you guys we were gonna go over two of our favorite reality shows, one that triggered me dearly at the time, but now it doesn't bother me so much. But today we're gonna talk about Mob Wives, exclusively Drita and Karen. We're gonna talk about that epic rooftop scene from season 1. And I went on my community page and this morning and I posted the question, do you all feel like Drita had the right to feel some type of way? About Karen writing about her relationship with Lee in her autobiography. And I also asked, do you all feel like she was wrong for dating Lee after Karen moved away? Turn your dang on phone off.
It was. All right, go ahead.
Hold on, blow my nose.
My phone do not disturb. That was an alarm. Sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to read to you some of you guys' responses, honey. And I was shocked, friend. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
So Ty Savage said, she shouldn't have, but I see why Drita did it because Karen slept with Drita's old boyfriend while Karen was dating Lee. So they had some going on. Kendra Maki said, Karen is no better than Drita. Are we forgetting she slept with Drita's ex-boyfriend? Her ex-boyfriend was one of the dudes Karen was sleeping with, which is why she was so open to sleep with Lee. None of them understood loyalty or friendship, but the book shouldn't matter as long as Karen was honest about sleeping with Drita's ex while with Lee. Melanated Creation said, they was both wrong. All I remember was, if I was so into ex-boyfriends, we shouldn't be friends because you effed my man whole time you were with Lee. No, I didn't F him. I made out with him and you effing ratted me out. I'll keep coming for you, you dirty 304.
Oh, God.
Renee Spanks just showing everywhere. LOL. Drita,
everywhere.
Bring her to me. Iconic rooftop scene. Then we have Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss. Inevitably, they both have wrongs because they both could have communicated better. However, Karen's shifty AF. So I believe Drita when she was saying Karen was always fake and they weren't friends at the time and never been that close. I don't think Karen wrong about the book because it's about her life and they were a part of her life. So it be like that. Then we have Kid of the King. Karen was trash for including them in her book, and I certainly would have felt a way if I was them. Pink Petal said, I always thought she was wrong. I would never date someone my friend / ex-friend dated. That's girl code, and Karen has a right to talk about whatever she wants. Then I got two more. Sierra J said, I never thought it should have been an issue to have Lee in her book about her life. And I'm probably on the other side of how everyone feels, but I never saw it for Drita. And she seemed like she went about dating Lee in a sneaky way. I believe she downplayed Karen and hers relationship. And lastly, we have Relly. And she said, I actually like them both, but at the end of the day, Drita did downplay her friendship with Karen to make what she did okay. Also, she not only broke girl code by being with Lee, but also was ratting on Karen to Lee. Like, girl, haven't you done enough? So thank you, T Squad. Of course, I couldn't include everybody's responses, but thank you, T Squad, for participating and giving us your thoughts and feels about this situation. I will say, as of right now, as I'm filming, it was about 42 comments. And I want to say, like, out of the 42, majority of it was she was wrong. But then you did have a lot of you all saying that no, she wasn't wrong for dating Lee. No, she wasn't. So are you shocked by the response, friend?
No, because I'm conflicted.
Oh God. Tell me
I'm
why.
conflicted. Well, because you put both questions together. So I don't think Drita downplayed her relationship with Karen. Y'all have to remember this. Karen moved to Arizona. I don't think she downplayed her relationship. They weren't as tight anymore. And for y'all to be like, she was snitching. Yeah, if you was kissing my ex, yeah, I'm gonna tell.
So if
So
I move
Karen
away for a year, we ain't friends like that no more?
no. I'm not saying that they weren't friends like that no more. What I'm saying is it wasn't just a year. I think that Drita felt like I
No,
haven't.
I literally watched it back. It was a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just think Drita felt like I don't talk to this girl like that no more. So I'm conflicted, right? I always used to think Karen was absolutely wrong, but when you add in a piece that Karen did the same to Drita before, that don't make it not wrong, but it's still like it's great to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and where the reason why it's great even further is because Karen acted like they were cool.
Who were cool?
This her and Drita when she first came back, she to Drita was like, "Oh, we're good. This is my girl." Da 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 da. And then she sprung out, "Well, I'm not cool." Go back and watch this season because Drita was like, "Wait, what?"
I thought
She
that
didn't.
the issue came about when she found out about the book and she told Lee, and Lee had an issue with it.
Yes, Lee had an issue with it, of course, but I'm talking about between the two of them. Like Karen, when they first went out to dinner, they were like, "This was my girl," da 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 da. And in confessionals, Karen was like, "She snubbed me, like she got with Lee, blah blah blah." But when she was in Drita's face, though, it didn't feel like she had all that resentment. So if I were Drita, I probably would have felt blindsided by the book and by the admission that she had a problem.
Okay, I could
So
see that.
yeah, that's why I feel like it's gray. It's not black and white.
I feel like it was childish. Let's be honest. They were
Mm-hmm.
young girls when all of this went down, and for years to go by, I mean, years at this point, y'all are 40
Mm-hmm.
some year old women at the time, or almost 40, and you still mad about that? Like, they're married at this point, they have children at this point. At this point, you see how it worked out for her. She talking to him through the phone like Giselle. So so like, what are you upset about? It's much like may she rest in peace, Tracy, with the whole group situation. They never went platinum. They never had a sold out tour. Their album went brick. It flopped. So what are you upset about? You didn't miss out on anything with some studio sessions. So what are you mad
Mm,
about?
no, I don't. I don't agree with that. I see what you're saying, but with Tracy and with Lee, it's I think Karen's issue was never about Lee. It was about Drita. If we grew up in lifestyle is taught, our lifestyle we're taught loyalty, then you weren't loyal to me, and that was her issue. It was the loyalty, not Lee. It was the loyalty. You were supposed to be my girl, and as girls, you broke girl code. Just go ahead and admit that.
Yeah, but she didn't even really want to admit the fact that she did Drita wrong with the kissing her boyfriend or whatever she did,
That
child.
part. So
So it's
that's
just
why
like
it's
the pot
great.
calling the kettle black. Yeah, it's like literally the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, yeah, she went further than what you did, but y'all both is wrong. And then once again, like
Yeah.
I said, y'all were kids during this time. So it's just like, girl, why are we still harping on this? That man that married this lady, you done went on and did what you did, had a whole child with your baby father. Like, what is the issue? Not to say that she doesn't have a right to feel some type of way, because she was with Lee for all of those years.
Yeah.
Hold up, pause. What? All right, bro. Yeah, like I was saying, it's not to say that she can't feel no way, because she and Lee like had a substantial relationship. Now, I don't know what was really going on with Drita and her guy at the time, but they both was wrong. They really honestly both were.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the book is concerned, I felt like Drita and Lee could have several seats. How did you feel?
If I was a dog like Lee, I probably wouldn't want nobody writing about me either. I wouldn't want nobody writing about me either. But I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And from what I heard, the role that he had in the book was so minuscule, but they were trying to, I think they were trying to prevent him being bashed. Like even Drita said it, like if you get caught bashing Aaliyah's father, I'm gonna have a problem with it. Like she didn't want it to be a scenario where years down the line, my kid is reading this book and is saying XYZ about her dad. But you know who you marry, girl.
He in jail again now. But my thing is,
he is.
Yeah, he went back to jail 2 years ago. Him and Drita had gotten in trouble this time.
No, I remember when the two of them got in trouble, but I did not know that man
she
was
didn't end up going to jail, but he did. So he had to serve. I just looked it up the other day. He back in prison for 5 to 6 years.
Girl, shut up.
It's just like, girl, you've been talking to this man throughout the phone, y'all whole relationship. When are you gonna let it go, girl? But anywho,
she's not. That's how they was raised. They okay with that.
No, don't say that's how they were raised. She wasn't raised.
Not her.
Yeah, yeah. She was. Yeah, she was a wannabe. Let's make that very, very clear.
Oh, okay. All this Drita slander that's happening now, I'm not with it.
I mean, it's the truth. You're Albanian. You grew up in the PJs. You start hanging around them. No, what I was going to say was, it all depends on what you feel like is bashing. Because if I'm telling my story of my time with this person, and say, for instance, it got physical, or say, for instance, I talk about how you said certain things to me that were derogatory, or you cheating on me, or the fact that while we was together, you were in and out of jail. Like, so just because I'm telling my story of what my experience like was with you, to me, that's not bashing. It's just telling what happened. Because I'm telling my side too. Like, I wasn't perfect or whatever, but they still could take that as bashing. So, but
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, you can't get mad about my experience with this person. Especially when I had them before you. So, catch that tea.
Let me tell you, the only thing that I thought Karen was absolutely dirty for saying on camera. Okay, now Drita is married to this man. So to say, I know that picture, it was over my headboard when I was riding your husband, that was crazy. You was here for it.
I forgot about that.
That was crazy.
Wasn't that when she went to her house?
Yes, that's what makes it even crazier.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was a dig. That was such a dig. Oh,
yeah, it was over my headboard when I was riding your husband. Excuse me? But that brings about a question for the T Squad. Y'all be keeping y'all exes stuff, because no, you're not gonna have this painting that was over your headboard with Karen in our marital home. Do y'all do that?
Yeah, I know she didn't know. She couldn't have known.
Drita did know. Drita pointed to it and said, "You know that picture." What? Girl, go back. Go back and watch it. And Karen said, "Yeah, I know that picture very well." And in the confessional, she said, "Yeah, B, I know that picture. It was over the headboard when I was riding your husband."
Girl, I am done with them. Yeah, that's it depends on the painting. Like if it's some expensive, I wouldn't really care it's a painting. But if it's something personal, like some like stuff about their relationship, something sentimental like that, nah, that got to go. We got to sell that. But it's a picture.
Nah, I know a YouTuber who vlogs or whatever. I watch
Hold
her
up,
vlog.
pause. Hold up. Kyrie! Kyrie! Are you in the shower? Hello? Are you in the shower?
No.
Go to the door and get my package.
I'm brushing my teeth.
All right, when you get done, go get my package.
All right.
Bye. Okay. No matter what house we at, that boy act like he can't hear. Cannot he, like, you know how my last place looked and how close our rooms was, and I would call his name and he would not hear, or either he just be ignoring me. It's one of the two. I think it's ignoring me. But
I think
anywho,
so.
shut your ass up. You don't agree with me. Y'all, before we started filming, Sheridan called me. No, she texted me. It was like, you basically like, you ready? And so I called and I was like, girl, I just woke up. But this is how it sound. I was like, girl, I just woke up. Oh God,
it was terrible.
I said, give me 10 minutes. She told some, you want to take an hour so you can get yourself together, get your voice together. I said, girl, if you don't.
Yeah, nah, tell them how you be talking to me.
I said, girl, fuck you.
Baby, 1 minute it's F me, the next minute I'm her spiritual leader.
Woo, Jesus, what pastor of yours and you know that you could talk to and be like, girl, fuck you.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, back to Mob Wives, child.
Yes.
That show, woo, it had me in a chokehold. Like, it really honestly truly did. But to find out all those years later that, you know, Drita was talking about the other girls to other girls and like pitting them against each other, like, she was diabolical. I knew I didn't like her for a reason, child. I knew I didn't.
totally loved Drita in the beginning. And I loved her up until that last season because I was confused. Like, what? Wait, what happened?
You remember when we found out that she was the one that told Love to beat up what's her name? Her homegirl on the show.
Carla.
Yeah, Carla. Remember,
Yeah.
I watched that scene again when Love beat the sleeves off that girl too. I was like, oh my God.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, she straight up told that girl to beat Carla up and she was going to walk away when it happened. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And then in the season finale, they showed the unaired clip of when they was at some party and she was outside talking to some guy. And it was a hot mic moment where she was talking about them involving Karen always involving her father in the situation. And she was like, I'm not trying to have anybody hurt my family over no reality show. Like, basically saying like her daddy was gonna get them popped or whatever.
I mean,
but if you feel that way, stop being on television. I'm gonna bash your effing head in and put a drill in your eye.
Listen, nobody threatens people like the Mob Wives. It's the best thing I've ever.
They go so overboard. So overboard.
You keep jumping out your face. Like, what?
It'd be like, what are you talking about? You know, with black girls, we like, girl, fuck you. I fuck you up. I beat your ass. You don't know where I'm from. I'm from St. Louis. I'm from Chicago. Like, that's the black girl thing. Mob Wives, I'm going to slash your face and then eat your mother for breakfast and bury your kids. It'd be like, what is happening? It does not have to be that serious.
It cracks me up every time. But let me ask you this. So we was talking about whether Karen, was Drita wrong for marrying Lee? All right, so let me ask y'all this, because this is about my personal life, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, am I a hoe? Okay, so this is why I'm asking.
Oh, well, wait a minute. What is happening this Monday morning?
This is why I'm asking. All right, so I'm in my season of yes. Okay, so I'm in my date them all type season. Okay, now for the T Squad and the besties. That's why I call my subscribers that are over here listening. Now, y'all know I'm abstaining from marriage. I ain't having sex activities with none of these people. However, if they ask me out, I might go out or whatever. So there's this guy, and everybody's circle. The world is so small, and the city of Chicago, although it is very big, it is so small. Specifically, the church scene, like all the musicians know each other, and I'm always attracting somebody musician or somebody pastor. All right, so this one guy, we're kind of talking, inboxing, etc. It don't work out. He's weird. Okay, cool. So months down the line, like, yeah, several months down the line, this other guy is hitting me up, telling me I'm beautiful, yada yada yada. I'm like, oh, you can see, praise God. Yes, I am. All right, so we started talking, and then I realized he's friends with the other guy. So I'm conflicted. Like, do I stop talking to him because he's friends with the other guy? And then I was like, no, we were only talking, so I'm gonna keep talking to him. Another guy starts inboxing me, and then I was like, okay, well, I like both of these guys. And child, I just happened to look on each one of their pages the other day, and they was calling each other bro. Um, do am I giving Drita, like, am I a thigh pocket in these streets? Do I stop talking to them, or I can keep talking to both of them?
So you Lee.
Yeah.
Do they know that they both talk to you?
I think they're gonna know if they see this. Nope, they don't know.
Well, that ain't your problem. Let me make the best man win.
Okay, praise God. I just wanted to know, was I being a pass around or not? But no,
They're not passing you around. You ain't sleeping with nobody.
I know. I was exaggerating, y'all.
But no, yeah. I don't feel like you have to be like, I talk to your friend, right? I feel like that's on them to figure that out. Like,
okay, cool.
Yeah, like that's for them to figure out, because at this stage y'all just talking. It's not like you're in a relationship with one of them.
No,
like it's just casual talking at this point, and it hasn't gone any further than that. At some point, if they friends like that, the conversation will end up coming up. I talk to Sheridan,
right?
It'll come up, and then that's up to them to figure out what they gonna do. Now, okay, cool. I can see them trying to be like, well, dang, I want she know we friends. And I'll be like, no.
I'll pay attention to your page like that.
Yeah, I don't know who you're friends with. No. No. Now, if it ever gets any further, don't let them see this episode.
Listen, because one of them is having a birthday the month after mine, and he's talking about having this event, and I'm like, you want me to come? Okay. I don't know how this is gonna work.
They really gonna find out then, child.
Yeah, so I keep y'all posted.
Yeah, I want to know how that plays out. Yeah. I really want to know how that plays out. Now, I've had, I've told this story before. I've had my own Drita, Karen, and Lee situation. And it was, now that I'm looking back on it, it was very much like that. But I, in the situation, was the Drita. And this was when we were in high school. So we literally were 16 when this happened. And my best friend, Lo, was in a relationship, a long-term relationship with this guy that she'd been with for quite some time. But she had a sneaky leak at that time, this guy that we went to school with. Now, they was talking or whatever. They had never slept with each other or anything like that, but they were talking. And he ended up liking me as well. And I liked him as well. And we started sneaking around with each other. And we was smashing though. Smashing. Oh. Yeah. We were smashing. And one of our other friends knew about the situation. Like, she used to literally drop me off at his house. One of our close friends. Like, we were all best friends. And she knew.
Hold on, y'all. So I'm getting this story. I knew the story. But
you didn't know about this best part. Friend. Yeah.
Hold on, because this best friend, now she got to get fought because you treacherous. Like, what?
straight dropping me off at his crib. She knew about it. Us three knew about
Wow.
it. We were all keeping it on the low. Me, her, and the guy. And how would end up coming, like, I felt guilty. Don't get me wrong. Like, I so felt guilty because at the time I was in the beginning stages of dating my first love. If you know, for the readers out there that read China
LP.
LP, I was AKA, yeah, he was a mixture of two dudes, but whatever. But yeah, I was in the beginning stages of dating him and we were really falling for each other. But when Sneaky Link from school got on me, I started focusing my attention on him. Mm-hmm. And he could tell, like, I was like distancing myself from him, the LP guy, my first love. Mm-hmm. And he could, like, I was like being not answering his phone calls, and like we were still talking, don't get me wrong, but like I'd be like, I'm gonna call you back when other dude called, and like he was noticing like the switch up, the change. And I was already feeling guilty because I'm in this budding relationship. This is my best friend, Sneaky Link. And it was just a mess. It was a mess. It lasted, I want to say, it didn't last very long. I think me and him messed around for about maybe a good month or so. But the damage was done. So we end up, I forgot how we ended up not messing with each other no more. I don't remember if I stopped talking to him or he stopped talking to me, but it stopped. And the truth ended up coming out about 5 or 6 months later.
Girl, shut up.
Yeah, so me and him messed around. This was 10th grade. I was in the 10th grade. He was in the 11th. And this was around March, April when this was going down. Yep, March, April when this is going down. And now it's all coming back to me. Yes, me and him talked from like March into April. And what made me stop talking to him is because on Easter Day, I went over my first love's house and we ended up smashing for the first time. And girl, that's when I was like, I can't be smashing two dudes at the same time. And now it didn't got serious between me and him. I got to stop talking to the other dude. So I let that go because we got serious at that point. And literally, the first time we had sex, I ended up getting pregnant. Oh, child, it was a mess. My life is just, I got to just start doing story times on this channel, child. Sheridan be amazed at my stories. Like,
yeah, I do.
Were you? Who were you before we met? So I get pregnant, have an abortion, and my first love wanted me to keep the baby. I didn't want to keep the baby, had an abortion. That kind of tore us apart. He took it real bad or whatever. School starts again. Now I'm in the 11th grade. They're seniors, right? Because we all went to the same school with one another. We come back fall, and this girl that I was cool with sophomore year, this girl named Tiffany, she knew about it too. Because my dumb butt, my dumb butt, I don't remember how or why I told her, like I was stupid, but I told her about it and she knew about it. And she even took me over to his house before. So she knew about it too.
Not the Uber. Not the Uber love train. What is going on?
Yeah. You know, I couldn't drive and still don't know how to drive. So we end up falling out because I told Losha, this is my best friend, me and Tiffany was in the car one day. I think she was like either driving me home or we was going somewhere, and we rode through Pine Line. It's an area here in St. Louis. And we end up pulling up on Losha little boo thing, you know, Keith, you know, may he rest in peace. Because at this time, her and her first love had broken up at this point. And now her and Keith was starting their situation. And we ended up rolling through their hood or whatever that day and saw them outside, and we stopped and we spoke. But she was flirting with Keith, trying to get on him. And knew that he and Losha were together. And I'm sitting there like, I know she ain't doing this in front of me. Like, this ain't my best
not
friend.
the pot calling the kettle black.
Girl.
Oh God.
I'm like, I know she ain't, like, straight up trying to talk to my best friend nigga in my face. So I get home and I call Losha and I tell her what happened. Losha ended up seeing her at school and confronting her and cussed her out. And told her that I was the one, she knew that it was me that told, because I was in the car with her. It was just me and her.
Right.
So I end up going into the lunchroom, and she walked past me, and I forgot exactly what she said, but basically she was like, I'm telling on you. And I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, fuck, damn it. So I'm at school nervous, like, oh my God, this is about to come out. Oh my God, this is about to come out. Oh my God. So she ended up getting the Losha before I could. And she told Losha before the end of the day. So by the time I got home, I was like, I got to tell my guy, my first love. I got to tell him. So he came over to the house. I told him to come over. I had to talk to him. He came over to the house and I told him everything face to face. And baby, when I tell you that man was so hurt, he was so hurt because he knew at the time something weird was happening because I had switched up on him.
Right.
And him and the dude was cool with each other. Like, they weren't best friends or nothing like that. But yeah, like, they was cool. Like, they see each other at school, they laugh or talk, whatever the case may be. So he was just like, oh, word? Like, wow, okay. And our relationship lasted, I want to say, maybe a few weeks more after that. But then that's when he got with the Kima character in my book. That's when he got with that girl and that whole situation played out. But yeah, so Losha ended up calling me and confronting me about it. And I told her I was so sorry, this, that, and the third. And she was like, I don't want to F with you no more. Hung up on me. And then for like 2 weeks, we didn't speak. We didn't speak at all at school. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And now, mind you, I don't even remember if it came out that our friend at the time was taking me over there to his house. I think it might have came out. I think it came out, but she didn't suffer nothing. Like, nobody really said anything to her until years later when they really found out that she wasn't nothing at all. Like, she was doing even more shiesty stuff. But me and Losha didn't talk for like 2 weeks. And then how we ended up talking is because I was with the same friend in the car one day. We had stopped by Sharissa's house and Losha was there. And I was sitting in the car. I didn't go in the house because I knew Losha was in the house and I didn't want us to get into it. So I was sitting in the car and Losha came out to the car and got in the car with us. And she said something, you know how we are. She said something stupid to me and I said something stupid back. And that's how we got back to where we was at. But yeah, that was my Drita story. And
well, child, that's really nice. Because I would have fought both of y'all. Both of y'all. But you and the driver.
You know what?
Want to drive.
I was wrong, completely wrong. But she was in a whole relationship at the time, mind you, and was cheating with Sneaky Link.
That's her problem with
I'm loving it.
I don't care nothing about that.
So y'all let me know in the comment section, because this is literally the Drita and Karen situation. I'm Drita. My best friend was Karen. And I guess you could say the dude was a mixture of our Sneaky Link and her dude or whatever. But y'all let me know down in the comment section, was I wrong? Was I wrong? And y'all can be 100. Was I wrong? Because y'all know I told y'all I'm a reformed hoe.
Well, the difference between you and Drita is there was no time lapse in between. None. Her and Karen didn't see each other, nothing for a year. But see, when Drita say that, I also want her to include why y'all wasn't talking. It wasn't just that Karen up and left. The girl was in like witness protection or whatever it is. Like
Exactly. And you took the opportunity to swoop on in. But yeah, girl, yeah. Like
both of
as
them
an
should be
adult
mad at
woman, I
least.
would never do nothing like that again. Like,
Right.
no, absolutely not. But that's why I was like, that's just like Losha coming to me now today being mad about that. Like I'll be like, what girl? If you don't get out of my face, like what? So that's why I was like, Karen, why are you still mad about something that happened like 20 years ago? Like that's weird.
Well, I don't think it was quite 20, but also if I never talk to you about it, then I'm gonna let you know, especially now we're filming this show together. We supposed to have our bond and friendship back. Like, hey, I want to be cool with you because I remember us being cool, but let me let you know something. How you did me was wrong. And I don't fully trust you. I don't think there would have been anything wrong with Karen just telling her like, I don't
You
fully
think
trust
Drita
you
would have
because
been susceptible to that? Because I don't think she would have. Because for the longest, she kept on saying, "We weren't friends. We weren't friends." So I think, and you could never say nothing to Drita. Nobody ever could. I don't think she would
well,
have been accepting of that.
I don't care what she accepts. To me, first of all, when Cameron was coming back, it was rumored that Cameron was coming back. Drita was like, I hope she's still not on that thing with Lee. So you had something in the back of your mind saying she might feel away.
Mm-hmm.
And so just as a woman, I would have told her if I was feeling away, listen, girl, we have a good time, but the fact that you marry him, I ain't gonna hold you. That's the thing for me. It makes me feel like you're not loyal. I would rather have said that than to be phony, because to me, Karen was being phony in the beginning. Don't be like around me and kicking it and chilling, and then in the back of your head, you really think how you think. Like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Just keep it a buck with me. Let me know
Yeah,
how
that
you
is so
feel.
fake to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think that Drita should have did the same thing with her. Like, let's not forget, you was cheating with my dude at the time. Like, we both were wrong. We both was on one.
I don't think Drita cared as much as I don't think Drita cared about that like that. When Karen came back, Drita was trying to be her friend. Like you could tell she was like, let's go out. That was my girl, whatever, whatever. And so when Karen was basically painting her as like this disloyal hoe amongst the group on national TV, that's when she came out with a you forgot you messed with my boyfriend, on the rooftop. That's when that came out. It was like she was just trying to let me defend myself because you paint me as this way on television, and I didn't draw the first blood, you did. But that's one thing about friendships and even relationships, y'all. Tit for tat is never the way
No,
to have no
no,
relationship at all. Like,
no.
even if she did something to you, I'm just not that person. If you do something to me, I I would rather either deal with it or cut you off than to feel like how I'm gonna get revenge. Let me do this back on this person. Like, nah, everything you sow is a seed. Like, even your reaction is a seed, and you gonna get that back.
Mm-hmm.
So you reap what
Mm-hmm.
you sow 100-fold. And don't want to I don't want to reap that back. And that's why when a lot of people get on social media talking about cheating back and all this other stuff, baby, I'm not about to use my body
As a
to hurt
weapon.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
that's
using my body as a
stupid.
weapon
That's
because I
stupid.
got to deal with that back. Not you,
Yeah.
me. The second I decided that I'm going to use my body as a weapon, okay, now I got to reap what I've sown since then. So I rather just deal with it. If it's cutting you off, I'll cut you off. Now that's something I'm working on because one thing about me, I will cut a person off. So
Yeah,
I'm
she ain't got
trying to
no
operate.
problem. No problems.
Wait a minute.
What?
um, yeah, I'm trying to operate more so in grace. And even if you wrong me, if it means cutting you off, doing so without having it a scenario where I gotta now go through what I've done to you. So yeah.
And I got a 3 strikes you're out rule because I try to be understanding of situations. Like you got your first time and then you got your second time. But after that, all right, I'm done. Because I didn't try it with you. I didn't try it. So that 3rd strike, you're out.
Well, I get that, but the only thing for me, I don't operate like that only because I'm not trying to keep a scorecard. And I think sometimes when we love people, we in the back of our head, child, I be trying not to preach and it just be coming out.
No, that's the point. This is the point
I know.
of the show.
But, 1 Corinthians 13, we always quote the love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. But we keep skipping over the love keeps no records of wrongs thing. We're always tallying other people's wrongs, but we want grace for our own. And so I try not to keep a tally. But when I get to the point, for me, where cutting people off comes in is because I believe long suffering is a fruit of the spirit, but life suffering is a choice. I don't think God has called me to suffer. When you being in my life makes me suffer, makes me not have joy, when I feel like you being a part of my life, it's causing me more harm. If I feel like you don't care that you're causing me harm, you're not trying to repair. Like if me and you go through something, Keisha, we will try to repair what we did.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like you don't even care to repair it, that's when it's like, oh, okay, you might be an agent of chaos. And so then I'll get rid of you. But I don't want to just be in the back of my head just tallying.
But see, no, it's not. For me, it's not a tallying thing, though. It's just like when something happens that hurts me, and this reminds me of, oh, you've made me feel like this before. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm going around okay, she messed up one time. All right. Okay. Right. No, it's not that situation for me. It's just like, okay, we went through something. I forgave you. I'm going to move on. Like, I'm not going to say I forgive you and then harbor it and hold it over your head. No. But I'm a firm believer. If you tell somebody this hurt me and this bothered me, and then they continue to do it, then they don't respect you. They don't really care. Yeah. So if you keep on doing stuff to me that I've told you I don't like, or is a boundary of mine or whatever, and you keep on doing it, yeah, son, we gonna have to reevaluate this. Yeah. Like that's just not gonna work. Because I don't, y'all know how I am, or some of y'all might not know, new T Squad members. I don't call people my friend very easily. It was years before. I don't even know if you peeped it. I'd be like, yeah, we friends. But as far as like a best friend, it took me a long time to say that to Sharita and Sheridan, honey. Like, I don't take that word lightly. I don't have many friends. I can count on my hand how many women or men in my life that I literally consider a friend, because I don't take that lightly, because I know how I am as a friend and how loving and caring I am. I might not say it, but I'm one of those people that show it. That's my love language, is like gifts and things like that. I'm not a smushy person. That's another thing we've talked about on this channel. I'm not gonna be like, I love you, Sheridan. No.
And I'm that person.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like Sheridan try to hug me, I'm gonna push her. And
I'm gonna make her hug me anyway. So
but I show my love by buying people gifts, or if they say they need help with something, or we talked about something now and they be like, girl, I want that purse, or girl, I got my eye on it. I like to surprise people with things that they've said that they wanted, or that I know that they love. That's my love language, to show you that I care about you. I like seeing people happy. So yeah, I don't take that word very lightly at all. Like, so if I call you a friend and you effing me over, oh yeah,
yeah. But I'm the same way in different ways. So it took me a long time to call her friend as well. It didn't bother me at all, because it took me a long time to call you friend as well. And I think because in my life, especially, and I was talking to y'all about kind of my story a little bit last week. I'm about to say last episode. Um, that I've dealt with a lot of rejection and stuff like that. So I sometimes more so when she began calling me friend, I was like, huh. Well, I guess we are friends.
Mm.
I never am the first to say friend or to say I love. I'm usually not the first. Because I've dealt with rejection, I don't claim people first. And that's something that I'm working
Oh.
on. But yeah, so to me, but I am friendly with people in general. Like I have a big heart.
Yeah, she's a
A
friendly bird, child.
yeah, I am friendly. I'm not super I'm kind of ambiverted more so um than an extrovert. And so I'm not just going out of my way to be all boisterous and stuff. But if I see somebody in need or if I see somebody needs some help, I'll talk to them. I'll be counseling folks without trying to that's just a part of who God has created me to be. And so however, being who I've been created to be, I have sometimes been burned.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times been burned. And so no, I don't call folks friends that fast. I don't be calling folks family like that like I used to. Oh, that's my this, that's my you
Mm-mm.
just who you
Mm-mm.
are. um and
Mm-mm.
so yeah, I feel the same way. And the crazy part is with love languages, and I've had to even learn this because the way I show love is the way I want to receive love, but I have to show it the way a person can receive it. So
Mm.
the way I show love is support and affection. All right. So when Kesha had her movie premiere, my mom's birthday the same day. If y'all haven't seen if y'all haven't seen Paper Heart, y'all need to go see that on Tubi. Y'all see how I did that? Because that's my friend. And so I flew into St. Louis. And I was like crying because because her thing was on December 5th, 4th or 5th, and my mom's birthday party, 50th birthday, was the same day. And so I was praying that a flight wouldn't get delayed or nothing because I literally flew from the party to Chicago. From the premiere party to Chicago to go to my mom's party.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I show support. Kesha can't have nothing she can't have nothing without me trying my best to be there. And
Yeah.
that goes for all my friends, like, because that's the support that I want to receive. I'm When I say bye, I hug people. Kesha ain't like that, but that's fine. I was like, bye, friend. She like, bye. Girl, what? Give me a hug. Like, stop being weird. That's how I am. And so what I have had to learn to do is that Keisha like gifts. Now she don't want you to buy her a gift. Give her the money. She'll get her own gift.
At least you know. At least you know, man.
Right. Give her the money and she'll get her own stuff. Now, I have bought her a gift before and she absolutely loved it. But
Yeah.
I know how she is. She prefers to get her own stuff because she got her own style. Praise God, whatever. And so, whereas with me, even though Keisha has absolutely given me gifts, I don't necessarily need that. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But when Keisha scored the biggest points with me outside of the Kenya Moore situation, y'all saw that video. Outside of that, her buying my book box and reading that was big. Like, I don't what that was big for me. So the support, I think that was huge in my eyes. And so I'm just saying that to encourage people when y'all are in relationships and or friendships with people, learn how they love and how they
Mm-hmm.
receive love and give them what they receive, what they
Mm-hmm.
need, not what you
Mm-hmm.
need.
Amen. Now I'll say for me, the moment that I knew that this was a friendship is when she told me she prays for me. And I was
Oh
like,
wow.
because nobody had ever said that to me before. No. And I was like, wow. And I knew she wasn't lying. And when she would be like, I had a dream, or God told me to tell you this, or, whatever. And I'll be like, oh, wow. Okay. She really do fuck with me.
Yo, wait, because some of y'all knew, and y'all gonna really be thinking y'all could talk to me like this. Y'all can't.
No, y'all can't. I can't, because she
This is
know.
just a us thing.
Yeah, she know this is my language. This
Right.
how I talk. But I was like, oh, she really do like care. Like Sheridan is the person that I go to, even over her dad, who is, another spiritual advisor for me. But when I'm like at my scaredest, which I don't get scared often, but especially when I was going through my cancer situation, Sheridan was the one that I called to pray. Let's pray right now. Or just give me a word. Just talk to me or whatever. And I would cry on the phone with her. Like, she's seen me at like my weakest moments, because I consider myself a very strong person. I don't let a lot of stuff rock me, but that rocked me. And she was there for me 100%, 100%. And that's why we will always be friends, because I've seen her genuine heart. And that didn't have nothing to do with, gifts or nothing like that. No. Like, I got you, friend. Like, we got each other. And then even in the reversal for myself, when Sheridan's sick, I call you. What you doing right now? Are you all right? What you need? Let me know if you need anything. And calling, checking up on her. Like, yeah, like I'm always checking in. You know what I'm saying? I want people to treat me like I treat them. But you know what? You just said something, though, that was key for me. You said that your love language is the same love language you like to receive. See, I'm different. Like, I love to give gifts and stuff like that to people. That's how I like you to know that I care. But in the reverse, when it comes to romantic relationships, I like to receive affection, even though I'm not affectionate with family and friends.
Girl, what?
Yes, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Wow.
Like, the only person that I'm affectionate with is Kyrese, of course. But in a relationship, I crave affection and I give it constantly in a relationship. It's so weird. But in family and friends setting, all that hugging and, girl, get away from me. Like, I crave affection in a romantic relationship, and I do like gifts and words of affirmation. Like, that's my love language in a relationship. Like, I need that. Like, yes. And that was something that I lacked in my last serious relationship, was affection. So
I need that, and I need support. Okay, so I need affection for sure. Like, I am very affectionate, but I also need support. And I guess that's under acts of service. When I tell you, not no guy, not one, who I have ever dealt with, I do events, I got my books, all that type of stuff. None of them have been to those things. I just know, I'm going to know who my husband is by his support. I already know. I know I am. One thing I need that.
Yeah, one thing I can say about my last serious relationship, he supported the things that I did. I'll never give him, no discredit on that. He supported the things that I did. But I always felt like there was some, a little bit of envy and jealousy in that. But my other relationship before that, with the guy that I was dating, he never came to anything of mine, none of my books. This was in the beginning of my career. This is the me and my boyfriend China Black days. And he never came to my book signing. He didn't come to my first housewarming when I first moved out. Like, all these big events, he never came to it. And I was just thinking, like, what is he never here? And that was his way of showing me that this ain't what you think it is. Like, I was so young and dumb and in love and wasn't seeing the signs for what they were. Like, now as an adult, if I have something and you won't show up for me, you ain't got to worry about me.
Okay.
You ain't got to worry about me. No. Absolutely not.
Well, the guys I've talked to have never been there. Now, what they have, I get a message, a call, whatever. I don't want your phone call. You be here. Like, what?
Yeah. Because I'm
Congratulations.
going to
I'm so
try
happy.
my hardest to get to you and make sure that I support you.
Yeah.
So I expect for you to do the same. But this has been a great episode of Tea Party, friend. We are on a roll.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about next week? We're going to move over to Braxton Family Values next week, child.
I'm so ready. It's so much to talk about with them. We need a part 2.
Child. But what are we going to take from that show to talk about? Because, I want to do a little poll thing on the community page too, leading up to that episode, so we can get some audience feedback leading into it. Are we going to talk about, should we talk about Evelyn? Evelyn and, Lord. And
there's so much.
Which
part about her?
The
getting
bitterness.
Over. Yeah, let's talk about it.
The way she raised the girls, how her and Tamar exactly are alike. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Evelyn Braxton on next week's episode of Tea Party. And we're going to have to spin the block and go on back to SWV and Escape, child, because last night's episode blew me.
Yeah, I gotta review it today. So y'all, by the time this comes out, it'll be up. So y'all take a turn on over to my channel, Life with Sheridan, and check out the Escape as the show. Oh, yeah.
That show got my blood pressure up. That mama and Tasha are diabolical.
Yeah, I think they are crazy.
Yeah, like that's the only way to describe it. Like, they're nuts.
Yeah, like, because at first I was just like, oh, this is a little toxic. No, it's gone beyond toxic. Y'all look crazy. And for the mama to be doing it in Jesus' name is what's wearing me out. But okay.
Yeah, that's why I said we got to spin the block and go back, because when that mama left that voicemail message and said, you ain't got enough God in you. Oh, okay, girl. That's where we're going with this. It said, if you jump on her.
That was the part for me. If you jump on your sister. But again, that's why I was telling y'all last week. Their roles. Tasha's the good angel. And Tamika is the wild child.
Yep. And they kept on using verbiage trying to make her sound like she has a mental problem.
Girl, it's just church jargon. Yeah. I was like, could y'all please? It was gaslighting at its finest for Tasha to be like, yeah, her energy was up. What?
Ain't that like, girl, are you talking about yourself? You
Projecting.
nutcase.
Yes.
But we ain't gonna get off into it because we're gonna be on here for another 3 hours, child.
Right.
Y'all make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe. Once again, share this with your family and friends. Get the word out there about Tea Party. We can't wait for next week's episode. Make sure you guys stay tuned to my community page for the question that I'm gonna pose about Braxton Family Values for next week's episode. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And share to say bye to the Tea Squad.
Bye, y'all.
All right, bye, y'all.